Over the last couple of days, we've seen a couple of League One fixtures being played, and in today's video, we're going to round them up and review them in a little bit more detail. 3 matches in a very concise, much shorter video than the usual League One review. If you do want to enjoy today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. If your side did play, how did you get on? If you didn't play, just again, as always, let me know down below what you're having for tea tonight. Stockport County went top of the League One table after their 3-0 victory away at Port Vale on Monday night. Obviously, this was from the game week 14 round of fixtures, but because I like to bring my League One review out on a Sunday, obviously we weren't able to speak about this game. But total domination really from Stockport County from start to finish. Ryan Crosdale had a couple of decent opportunities in the first half, but apart from that, Port Vale really struggled. I think Rory Patton hit the crossbar as well from a free kick, but Port Vale with the squad they got, I do believe they are underperforming. We'll come on to them though in a moment. Stockport were outstanding on another day. They could have scored 6 or 7. They missed some absolute sitters in that second half. The scoring was opened by Nathan Lowe just before the quarter of an hour mark. Some nice play from Onyango down the right hand side. He hangs up across and Nathan Lowe is completely unmarked. I think just around 6 yards out from the goal line. Awful defending from Port Vale and a pretty easy finish in the end from Nathan Lowe. He certainly didn't take any pity on Port Vale, as we'll come on to later on in this video. But Nathan Lowe, so far 3 goals in 12 appearances. Hasn't been the most amazing start to life at Stockport County, but I think a lot of them appearances have been as a substitute. We saw last season in League 2 with Walsall what a threat that he can be in these lower divisions of the English football pyramid. And then obviously Kyle Wootton made it 2-0 at 10 minutes later. Some nice play originally from Jack Diamond. His shot was blocked. The ball fell to Kyle Wootton, and for such a big man, it is an absolutely outstanding strike right into the bottom corner. And for me, I think Kyle Wootton is one of the most underrated players in this entire division. That is an absolutely superb strike. And then it was 3-0 before half an hour was even played. Long ball from Ben Osborne. Jack Diamond's chasing after it. Jesse Debra's got all the time in the world that it seems, and it even wanted a little bit more than that. Jack Diamond just shrugs him off the ball. Horrible defending from Jesse Debra, absolutely awful, but great play from Jack Diamond, who is, for me, again, another really underrated player. You never really hear Jack Diamond being in that calibre of sort of player where we're talking about some of the best players in the division, but every time I watch Jack Diamond, he always just tears teams apart. Got his goal on this occasion, absolutely outstanding strike. Obviously, Nathan Lowe should be sent off on 40 minutes, a clear elbow punch, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, it caused a nosebleed to the Port Vale defender. He should have been sent off, but I think because he's been booked and the referees deemed to have dealt with it there and then I don't believe he can get a retrospective ban for that. So Stockport, they've gone under the radar a little bit recently. Now they're top of the table. I think that will stop slightly. Looking at the stats from the game, then again, Port Vale not really in it, just 1 shot on target in the entire match. Stockport, like I said, had some really good chances in that second half, and it was total domination, really. I think if you're going to play such a defensive team, which Port Vale have clearly tried to do here, you have to do more. And I look at the likes of George Byers and Ben Garrity. Are they really contributing enough in this midfield? You know, I feel like somebody like Fonso Ojo would have been better to start, and don't get me started on especially this back three. It's just absolutely awful for this level. Debra, terrible. And looking at the league table then, like I say, Stockport go top of the table, 4 straight wins in a row for them. Yes, they played a game more than Cardiff, 2 more than Stevenage, but you've got to win your football matches. You'd rather have points on the board than at games in hand, and recently Stockport have been absolutely flying. Still just 2 losses all campaign for them, obviously against Bradford City, and I'm not 100% sure who their other defeat was against. As for Port Vale, they are in the relegation zone, and it's no win in their last 4 matches. Back-to-back defeats for them, having played a game more than a couple of the teams around them. 2 points from safety, just 3 league wins all campaign, just 11 goals scored as well. They've conceded another 3 in this game, but defensively they have been amongst one of the better sides in this lower half of the table so far this campaign. But losing at home to Stockport's not going to define your season, but again, Darren Moore, for me, I think there's big question marks about him. Bradford City 0, Lincoln City 0 is the first of the 2 matches that were played last night. I think both rearranged from the most recent international break, and again, another really frustrating result for Bradford City. 4 draws on the bounce, and again, similar to Saturday, where the first half was quite even, you'd probably say the opposition did slightly edge it, and obviously Lincoln were definitely the better side in the first 15 minutes or so, but then we changed formation and it certainly became a lot more balanced. Second half, I think Lincoln again were decent for 20 minutes or so, but then after that it was just total domination by Bradford City. We had some really good chances in that one, and again, again, just not quite converting them. Positive is certainly a clean sheet. We've not had many of them so far this campaign. I think just our third league clean sheet all season. Obviously, we also got one away at Northampton and at home to Blackpool, but I couldn't tell you the last time that Bradford City went 2 home matches without picking up a win in either of those. Obviously, back-to-back home draws for us now, and we were certainly going for it late on. You could see after an hour, really, that they were pretty happy with the point, bringing on Riley Towler, a centre-half, for Rob Street, who is a striker, but they play him on the wing. You know, they're very, very direct to Wimbledon. Lincoln, they play a very similar style to Wimbledon. Pretty much every player in their team is at least 6'2", 6'3". It's crazy the way they play, but it's very effective, and I'm certainly not criticising that. They're very effective at what they do. I'd probably say they are, in terms of organisation, the best defensive team I've seen so far this campaign. We really struggled to break them down. Andy Cook coming on at half-time again, massively did change the game, but injuries are killing us at this moment in time. You know, yes, Anthony Sarcevic was back for this one, but we still got 7 first-team players out injured, and 6 of those are starters as of right now. So I feel like we really missed the quality of a Bobby Poynton or a long-range wonder goal from Alex Patterson, something like that, which last season we would have got a 1-0 win in this type of game. We're missing our entirely best back 3 as well in Tilt, Baldwin and Pennington still. Nerthal was really poor in this game as well. In terms of Lincoln, I was very impressed with Bradley and Hamer. They tried to head pretty much everything at the back. Going forward, I think Abikwu looks a real handful, in all honesty, but Rob Street, from the Rob Street that I saw at Doncaster last campaign to the Rob Street that I've seen this season so far at Lincoln, I think they're 2 completely different players, and not in a positive way for the Imps. But I think anytime you're going away to Valley Parade and picking up any type of points, it is a good result for any team at this level. So 4 straight draws on the bounce. Yes, it's moved us up to second in the table, and obviously I would have snapped your hand off to be second in the table after 14 games before a ball was kicked, but pretty much, in fact, I would say in all of those 4 matches that we've drawn on another day, and probably we deserved more out of the game. You're looking at, you win all those matches, an extra 8 points on the board there, you'd then be 7 points clear at the top of the table, something like that. So yeah, really frustrating, but again, it still has been a great start to the season. As for Lincoln, just 1 win in their last 4, but that was also against Stevenage. They have had a few iffy results recently. I think, well, Michael Skubala said after the game that they're relatively pleased with the point. He's also said that we'd be disappointed with the point as well. So certainly a better point for Lincoln than what it is for Bradford City, but when you've gone over a month without a league win, frustrations were starting to build a little bit. But again, when you factor in the injuries, our expectations at the start of the season, we've had a really, really good start to this campaign, and still just 1 league defeat. We're on track to lose 4 matches at the absolute maximum this campaign. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Mansfield 2, Plymouth 0 is the final game for us to speak about in today's video. The scoring was opened on 6 minutes by Will Evans, and again, it is absolutely abysmal defending from Plymouth Argyle. Once again, Brendan Weirdo is involved in that, and it is now 2 in his last 2 matches for Will Evans, having gone 9 without a goal previous to that. But a really good finish and a well-taken goal despite some really poor defending from Plymouth, and Mansfield had a number of other good opportunities. You know, there was a couple of headers in each half. Reece Oates had what seemed to be a tap-in and put that into the side netting, but eventually, the most unlikely of goal scorers these days, Jordan Bowery, popped up with a goal on 84 minutes. I think for that period of time, he was actually playing in the striker position, which is very unlike Jordan Bowery these days to say he was a natural striker 4 or 5 years ago. He's now more of a centre-half or a full-back, but I think actually ended the game up in left-back, but nice to see him on the score sheet, and again, some not particularly great defending whatsoever from a Plymouth Argyle point of view, who I think they've put out a club statement today basically saying they're sticking with Tom Cleverley, they're going to back him. Thankfully, Bradford City go there in a couple of weeks, and hopefully Cleverley is still in charge and still picking some of these defenders that are not having a great time whatsoever with Plymouth as of right now. But I thought Mansfield would do quite well in this game. Yes, Plymouth had slightly more possession and more shots, but Mansfield created more XG, similar amount of shots on target, and obviously Mansfield created 6 big chances. That is awful from a Plymouth point of view, but then again, Plymouth also created 3. They had a good opportunity with about 15 minutes left on the clock, some poor defending really from Deji Oshalaja, and in the end it turned out to be a great save from Liam Roberts, who has proved to be one of the best goalkeepers in this division so far this campaign. But some of these, I mean, I assume this is slightly wrong. I don't think Weirdo's playing as a wing back, but some of the selection choice here, and even just the quality of the team really, it's not that great for League One level. You've got the likes of Laurent Talai, who I think is a decent player for this level, but apart from that, there's a real lack of quality, I would say. Maybe Connor Hazard's a decent goalkeeper as well. Looking at the league table there. Mansfield recently have been on a very good run of form. It's 11 points from their last 5 matches and now only 3 points off of the playoffs. They have been very inconsistent so far this season, gone on a good run, then a bad run, then a good run. They're currently on that good run and they'll be hoping to keep as many of these players available as possible. I think the last 5 matches they've started the same team in a row and it's worked for them. They are avoiding injuries at this moment in time, and again, if injuries didn't exist in football, I'm sure every team would claim that they'd have more points. As for Plymouth, they are currently 2 points from safety, having played a game more than 20th position. It's 3 straight defeats on the bounce. They've conceded 25 goals so far this campaign. That is the most amount in the entire division. Absolutely awful defensively. To say they've scored most out of 18th downwards. So scoring goals hasn't really been an issue for Plymouth so far this campaign. It's conceding them. They've conceded the most in the entire division. 9 defeats from 14 matches. That is the joint worst as well in the entire league. Plymouth fans, let me know down below. Is it time for change? Does Tom Cleverley need the sack, or does your owner need to put some money in? Or is it a mixture of both, really? Did you get the investment you should have really had in the summer, minus Laurent Talai? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. How did your team get on for the 6 teams that did play? If you were amongst the 18 teams that didn't play over the last couple of days, then again, just let me know down below a random fact about yourself. Let me know anything, just get a comment in. Thank you all for watching, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the game week 15. It won't actually be tomorrow, will it? Because it's the FA Cup, so I don't know when I'll next see you, to be honest.